Hello, my beautiful mermaids and mermen, and welcome back to my channel. This is Sarah Beth with Southern Belle Reviews, and today I wanted to kind of update you on my newest 50 Shades of Panning project. This is going to be our palette for number 11, and it's for the project called 50 Shades of Green, aka Are You Green with Envy? So I'm using the Makeup Revolution Chilled palette. It has cannabis sativa. I guess that's just the aesthetic of this palette. I don't think that any cannabis sativa was used to make this palette, but it's kind of a tin palette on the outside, front and back. So I found this on Amazon a few years ago, and I know that it's probably the closest palette I have to expiration date. I can't even remember when I bought this, probably 2022. But honestly, the makeup still seems okay. No infections, no issues, no changed textures or anything. So it is a really beautiful aesthetic on the front and the back. And I love the tin. I really love the tin look of this. So for this palette, so far I've used it 11 times. So let me open it up for you and show you what's inside. Okay, so I'm sure you want swatches, so really quickly I'm going to do some swatches. And just as a reminder, I'm going to do a photo montage of looks at the end of November or the beginning of December when I do my 50 Shades of Panning number 12, which is the 50 Shades of Pink, Pink Princess. So before I do 50 Shades of Panning number 12, Pink, for December, I'm going to make sure that I update you with a photo montage of how many looks I did with this palette. So far I've done that 11 that we talked about, but let me swatch this for you really quickly. Alrighty, so this is my oldest palette in my collection, but it seems to be fine. All of the shades are still beautiful, creamy or powdery, just the way they were when I first got them. Everything seems fine, but I think I got this in like 2021, 2022, whatever. I know I've had it longer than 2 years. I can't remember. And I know this palette was made in like 2019 or something like that, so it's a few years old. But I just think it's beautiful, and I think it's still in great condition. I'm going to try to use it until there are proven problems with it. But let me show you the swatches. Okay, so here are all of the beautiful swatches that I have, and 3 of them are pressed glitters. I don't like pressed glitters very much because the glitter gets everywhere. It can get in your eyelashes, in your eyes, wherever else. Shimmers are definitely my favorite. And I don't use mattes very often. Some people, actually a lot of people, use mattes as a base, and that's really a good idea, but I just like to use mattes just as my basic eyeshadow. I'll only use 1 or 2 eyeshadows at a time. Sometimes I'll use 2. It's very rarely that I'll use more than 3 eyeshadows. But the pressed glitters, I did wear one of the pressed glitters the other day on top of a matte, and the glitter just got all over my face. Which was cool. It was nice to feel like a fairy princess for a while, even though I was just going to like the park and the grocery store. But it still made a bit of a mess, and you know, you don't want to get an eye infection or anything. So those pressed glitters, they don't get used as much. But you can use them as body glitters too. Like, you can use everything in this palette. So I'm going to focus on the greens and the shimmers for November. And I really do like the nudes, including the shimmers, and that rose gold that's in my elbow right there, my bendy place. That's probably the most beautiful shade. That is Exhale. I also like this shimmer that's next to that dark green. You see my freckle down there on my arm? Well, there's a shimmer, the gold shimmer, and that is Haze. I really like Haze a lot, so let me point to them. Okay, so this is Exhale, and I really like that one a lot. And then this one is Haze. I love this one. We also have, one of my favorites has been Candyland. I've used that one quite a lot. Candyland. And I actually like Leaf a lot, which seems to be like a just regular summer green. Another one that I really like is Calm. And then next to it we have Acapulco. I know it's a funny name for an eyeshadow, but I really like this shade. And then I guess this pressed glitter up here is Hybrid. That's the one I've used the most. Goddess and Bud I have not used as much as pressed glitters. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have this palette? Or would you have bought this palette at any point? Have you had it at any point? And what do you think of these colors? Which shades are your favorite? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you updated.